Title: The Switch. Ethan had always been an ordinary guy. At 22, he was a college junior, majoring in sociology, with a penchant for video games and late-night pizza. But everything changed on a rainy Thursday afternoon when he stumbled upon an old, dusty book in the back of the campus library. The cover was embossed with strange symbols, and the pages were filled with cryptic incantations and bizarre illustrations. He had no idea that this book would unravel the fabric of his reality. After a few days of curiosity-driven experimentation, Ethan discovered something extraordinary: he could change the gender of anyone he touched. The first time it happened was completely unintentional. He had been joking around with his best friend, Jake, a boisterous jock with a heart of gold, when he playfully recited a line from the book. In an instant, Jake transformed into a girl, his muscles softening, his voice lightening. Ethan stared in disbelief as Jake now gawked at her reflection in the library's dusty window. The shock quickly faded into laughter as they embraced the absurdity of the situation. But as the novelty wore off, Ethan began to realize the weight of his power. Jenna, who had always been confident and brash, began to experience the world through a different lens. She faced harassment on campus, received unsolicited attention, and struggled with the expectations that society placed on her as a woman. As Ethan watched Jenna navigate this new reality, he felt a pang of guilt. He hadn't just changed her appearance, he had altered her entire life. The fun and games had morphed into a profound exploration of identity and the struggles that came with it. Determined to understand the implications of his power, Ethan began experimenting with other friends. Each transformation brought with it a unique set of challenges. Some embraced their new identities, while others felt trapped. He met Alex, a shy, artistic boy who had always felt like a girl inside. When transformed into Alexis, she blossomed, her confidence soaring as she finally felt at home in her own skin. But not everyone was thrilled. Ethan's powers drew the attention of a secretive group on campus that sought to control him. They believed that his ability could be weaponized, used to manipulate and exploit. As they began to close in, Ethan found himself torn between protecting his friends and embracing the potential of his gift. In the midst of the chaos, Ethan realized that the transformations were not merely physical, they were journeys of self-discovery. Each individual he had changed had their own story, their own struggles, and their own truths. He began to understand that identity was not something to be manipulated but celebrated. With the group hot on his trail, Ethan made a bold decision. He gathered his friends Jenna, Alexis, and others who had undergone transformations, and together they confronted their fears, standing united against those who sought to control them. They shared their stories, their struggles, and their triumphs, creating a tapestry of experiences that highlighted the beauty of diversity. In a climactic showdown, Ethan used his powers not to change anyone but to amplify their voices. He transformed himself into a girl, standing alongside his friends, and together they challenged the group that sought to exploit them. With their combined strength, they dismantled the oppressive force, proving that identity is not a weapon but a source of empowerment. As the dust settled, Ethan realized that he no longer needed the book. He had learned that true power lies not in the ability to change others but in the capacity to understand and support them. He returned the book to the library, knowing that its magic was not meant for manipulation but for growth. From that day forward, Ethan and his friends embraced their identities, each navigating their own path with newfound confidence. They became advocates for understanding and acceptance, using their experiences to educate others about the beauty of diversity. And as Ethan looked around at the vibrant tapestry of lives transformed not just by his hand but by their own choice, she knew that the real magic was in the connections they had forged and the love they shared.